Almost looks like the moon, but it's not. It's a street light. But yeah, we're out here walking Marley. What's up, Marley? He's been needing his walks, you know. As same with me. We all need our walks. It's a pretty ass night though. It was freaking hot all day. It's gonna be hot all the rest of the week. I don't even know, man. It's like the beginning of August and it's still hot as fuck. But let me check. I'm just checking. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be 90 all day for the rest of the week in the 90s. Great. Anyways, guys, it's not the fucking video. The video is about how your self-concept, your identity is choosing your future, what you believe to be true of yourself. So yesterday was a video of like your dominant frequency. Today is just like your identity that you constantly reinforce. You know, the stories you tell yourself, like thinking that you're not worthy. You know, it's just life. Shit like that. So I'm here to tell you that you don't gotta be like that. You don't gotta think like that. All you gotta do is shift it. You know what I mean? Like, imagine there are two versions of you standing in front of the exact same fucking opportunity. Same circumstances, same doorway, same potential. So like the first version of you thinks, I'm probably gonna fail, probably gonna fuck this up. And then the second one thinks, I don't know what will happen, but I trust myself enough to try. Same opportunity, different self-concept, different story. And potentially two completely different futures, timelines. So like this is where manifestation becomes, you know, much deeper than just simply thinking about what you want. Because underneath your desires, there's an identity, a story about yourself that you keep telling yourself that you believe, what you believe you are, what you believe you're capable of, what you believe you deserve, what you expect other people to think about you, you know, what you expect life to give you, the universe. That's your self-concept, your story. And much of it can operate beneath, you know, conscious awareness, but like my previous video that I made of subconscious programming, just like that, you know, this is where everything begins connecting. You know, maybe growing up, you repeatedly heard, money is hard to make. People always leave. Life is hard. And maybe failure then taught you, I'm not talented. So you repeat something long enough and eventually it can stop sounding like a belief and start just sounding like you. Because just how it is, you make an identity out of it. But awareness creates separation. So instead of believing that it's you could choose a different outcome. You could realize that first of all, it's not you just believed that it was. And then you could choose whether or not you give it the power, the meaning. Choose differently. It's simple. But we're so powerful, we create these limitations and believing that it's harder than it is. So instead of saying I'm insecure, you begin saying I'm experiencing insecurity, a version of myself. Tiny difference, massive shift. Because one describes your identity, the other describes a temporary experience. And experiences can change. The only thing that is constant is change. So it's like now we arrive at the metaphysical idea of timeline shifting. Like spiritual teachings describe reality as containing many possible timelines or versions of ourselves, which is what I preach all the time. It's like you can take that literally and symbolically, or somewhere in between. But there's an incredible, useful idea with that. Different versions of you create different timelines, different futures. Imagine two timelines. Timeline A, right? You continue repeating every current habit, same beliefs, same thoughts, same fears, same emotions, same choices, right? Where that version of you might that version of you be 5 years from now? Now imagine timeline B, the other one. You begin exercising, creating, thinking differently, setting boundaries, learning, taking opportunities you didn't before. Meditating, replacing automatic reactions with conscious responses. 5 years pass, and those two versions living the same life, are they? Nah, probably not, right? Because the timelines diverged. Not necessarily because reality magically split, but because identity changed the behavior and the version of you that you were embodying. And behavior changes direction. That's why self-concept matters, right? Because the ego says, I'll believe I'm successful once X, Y, and Z happens. Whereas awareness reverses the equation and says, what would the version of me capable of creating the life practice today? Not pretending, not delusion, just pure embodiment, and belief. Maybe the version of you wakes up earlier. Maybe they stop chasing validation. Maybe they stop living in fear. They finally post their art. They don't give a fuck. Maybe they apply for the opportunity and they do it, go full throttle. Maybe they stop returning to their relationship that destroys their peace, the toxicity. Maybe they fail and they keep going anyway, right? No fucks given. Every one of these choices is a fork in the road, and eventually small forks create completely different destinations. Woo! Sorry, I'm saying a lot of shit. Gotta catch my breath. But you know what I mean? And eventually, you get to where you want to be. That's what makes the idea of timeline shifting so powerful, because it's like, whether you see timelines, metaphysically or just metaphorically, you're constantly moving towards different possible futures. And your identity influences which roads you repeatedly choose. So don't only visualize the reality, visualize the you who lives there. How do they think, feel? How do they respond to failure? What habits do they have? What boundaries do they maintain? What do they believe of themselves? Then bring one piece of that identity into the now. Because the future version of you isn't created 5 years from now. It's through now. They're created through what you practice and believe right now. That's why I always say, bro, it's what you do in the now that dictates where you're gonna be in fucking 2 years from now or whatever. So that's where awareness comes into play. Because the more aware of the fact that you create your reality, beautiful fucking scenery by the look at that. I don't know, it looks pretty. Anyways, the more aware you become of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, you're gonna stop settling. That's what it is. Awareness is key, Awareness is truly fucking key. Change your thoughts, change your beliefs, the stories you're telling yourself, you're gonna change your reality. It's simple. It's in our faces, but a lot of us seem to ignore it. Or we're lazy, or we don't believe in ourselves. So we'll just, do what's familiar. Oh, push it off, maybe later. When all that's ever been is now. No, I'm just gonna continue and play video games. Continue to doom scroll on TikTok. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, still do the same shit. Keep pushing it forward. Because honestly, it becomes an addiction to push it forward. Because familiarity and comfortability is addicting. Comfort is a drug. That's where your dreams go and die. Don't get too comfortable, don't settle. Otherwise you'll never experience what you know you're capable of. So if there's infinite versions of you and infinite timelines you could take, why are you going to do the same shit over and over again? You're going to stay in the same timeline, not going to get new results. Shift to the timeline that's doing it, that believes in it. Change your self-doubts, how you speak of yourself. You are worthy. You just believe that you're not for no reason at all, but for a reason that you think that is big enough that you give power to, that you're allowing to influence the way you believe of yourself. So fuck that shit. You can do it and have fun doing it. If you never know what might come from doing what you are scared to do. Like, if I would have never made my videos, I would have never met my current girlfriend. She met me because I made my videos. She met me through TikTok. So it's like when you were in a highest frequency, when you're doing your passions, you're emitting a higher frequency that can then allow the universe to match you and put you in circumstances that will align you with people and create connections that never would have been possible had you not had taken action, you know? It opens up doors. It's literally when one door closes, another one opens. So when the door closes of you doing the same shit over and over again, another one opens, which would be doing the new. So I closed the door of doing the same shit over and over again, playing video games and just, watching TV all the time. And then another door opened, and that door that opened was me making content, me creating, making apps, making websites, and just creating, right? Making music. That then led me to be able to meet people that resonated with that version of me that is creating. It's hard to meet new people if you're doing the same shit that doesn't serve. It's hard to manifest opportunities if you're not even in alignment with the version of you that you know you could be, right? How do you expect to get opportunities that would align you with success if you're not even in the frequency of doing your passions, You're just being lazy and you're settling and you're doubting. Obviously you're not gonna be where you want to be, You gotta just do it. Do it because you love yourself and the idea of being successful enough, and do it because it's your passion, and it excites you. These are all good reasons to do it. Because it moves you, because when you do it, it feels so, that's me, so soulful, so fulfilling. But yeah, I got you guys. I'm always gonna remind you, get out there, take a walk, man. Walk your doggy. You can get out there and create your life. Namaste, lady, guys. I'll see you in the next one. 'Cause all I know is you.